What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Garbear Fitness. As you can see, I'm a little gassed out right now. I just got off the stair mill. I did about 2 minutes on there, so my cardio was total ass. But now that's something else I gotta work on. I'm gonna kind of train today for today's video, guys, and I had asked on my social media about it, and someone had asked about me training lower back and obliques. So I'm gonna be doing a couple discussion things about that today, and then I'm doing a couple exercises for both of them, explaining how the muscle groups there work, different stretches and things like that, different approaches you guys can do to get the muscle growing, explaining how that region entirely works. I'm explaining this to you guys. I kind of want you guys to also have an understanding of not just, oh, this muscle is going to look like this and this is what you need to do, just crunches and yada yada. But I want you guys to also understand the mechanics and the fundamentals with obliques and lower back. So generally, when men tend to store fat in certain areas, it's generally going to be the waistline, what people call love handles, and it's going to be the lower back. We usually do get it in our abdominal region, like in the front, which some people will have, an extended stomach, beer belly, whatever you guys want to call it. But for the most part, guys tend to store weight in their love handle region, their obliques, and their lower back. And that's what generally people will call muffin topping when, people's size, like obliques and things like that, kind of overspill over the hip. With that being stated, the one thing that people also have to remember is that there's no such thing as spot fat loss reduction. So the term spot fat loss is that some people believe that when you continuously train a certain area of your body, that's going to be the only part that loses fat. And that's usually that was a myth that was kind of created a long time ago. But the thing with that is that with losing fat, scientifically what you're doing when you're talking about losing fat is you're shrinking the fat cells in your body. So we all have fat cells. Some people's are larger than others. Some people tend to have more than others. But what you're generally doing is you're shrinking the fat cells. When those shrink up, they're going to be shrinking up all over your entire body, so you're going to be losing fat everywhere. So you can't just tend to lose fat in your obliques and then you don't lose it in your legs or your arms or anything like that. So the first thing we're going to be working today, guys, is the lower back. I know over time that my lower back, like the spinal erector muscles, which are the two columns that come down around the spine, have gotten extremely tight over time, and that can be a lot of deadlifting can do that, rack pulls, lower back extension, stuff like that strengthen that targeted region area. But one thing that you're going to have to continuously do as that area gets stronger over time is to do a lot of foam rolling and stretching, because as the muscles get tighter and tighter, it starts to pull your back this way. So sometimes when you're standing up, for long periods of time or sitting, whatever, and your lower back starts to hurt, a lot of times that's because the muscles are getting extremely tight. And that's one thing that a lot of people don't believe in, is stretching their muscles out, especially when they're trying to build and bulk and things. They believe that not stretching the muscle out will keep it in a larger condensed form versus having it like a long elongated muscle, which can be true to some extent, but the problem with that is when you don't stretch your muscle out and it gets too tight, you start having a lot of pain issues, which again was what I had. So over time, doing a lot of foam rolling and things like that, I've gotten to my lower back to loosen up a bit. But that's one thing that's kind of always dominated for me due to deadlifts and stuff like that. So the first exercise we're going to be doing for lower back is the rack pull. And when it comes to lower back, guys, I'm going to be focusing on two muscle groups. So that you're going to have the spinal erectors, and then you're going to have the transverse abdominis. All right, so for the first exercise we're going to be doing today, guys, is rack pulls. So the thing is with rack pulls is you don't want to be bent too far over, and generally when you're starting with rack pulls, you can usually use Smith machine, you can use barbell, dumbbells, whatever you're comfortable with, but I decided to start with Smith machines because I haven't done this in a while, and I'll make sure when I'm training safe, and I'm showing you guys how to do these properly. So when you're starting with rack pulls, the first thing you want to start making sure that you're doing is you want to make sure that you're not bent over too far. When you're bent over too far, you're going to be activating too much of your hamstrings, and that's not what we're really trying to focus on. What we're really trying to focus on is training the lower back. So you're not going to be bent over too far. You're going to have a slightly higher start where the bar is resting at. And on the Smith machine, because the bar is resting a little too high, I actually have to stand on the little platform plate just to give myself a little bit more leverage to making sure that I have the proper bend and I'm not bending my hamstrings and doing this exercise properly. For the second exercise we're going to be doing today for the lumbar spine, we're going to be focusing on doing lower back extensions. Now, I'm going to be showing you guys with this, what you want to do is you want to make sure you have a complete extension, and a lot of times people will just get lazy and not adjust the pad level on this. You need to make sure the pad level is where it's supposed to be at for your height. If you don't adjust the pad levels, they're missing their incomplete range of motion for this exercise, or they can be overextending. I want to show you guys back work here is when I do it. Okay, so the lower back and the obliques actually intertwine with each other. So when I do these, sometimes I actually add a little bit of a twisting motion to go up to each side individually, so I can work on the external oblique and not the external, the internal oblique, because the internal oblique actually wraps around with the transverse abdominis, which is actually the interior muscle to your back, which helps stabilize your spine. So there's a lot of different exercises you can do to develop your obliques. What I'm going to show you guys is the first one I'm going to be doing actually is on the pull-up bar here, which is like hanging leg raises, but I do a little bit of oblique work in between each rep for my abdominals here, and then we are going to go into
windshield wipers, which generally is when I'm bringing my legs from the left to the right side or the right to the left side, and literally like a car windshield wiper motion. So you have the oblique raise up to each side from the hanging leg raises that I'm doing here, and then you had the windshield wiper movement.
What I do with the medicine ball twist, guys, is sometimes I'll sit on the floor and do them, but if I want a little more stability work and stabilizer muscles and things like that, I will do it on the, I guess it would be like a uneven rubber seat. Generally not sure what this is called, but as you guys can see, there are certain points where I actually stop to get my, my form back again because I'm almost like falling off. And that's good because that means that the stabilizer muscles in your obliques and your entire core in general are working. Alright guys, so now we're back on the Roman chair and I'm doing my oblique crunches, but you guys may also notice that doing my oblique crunches, I add a little bit of a twist motion at the top, and that's just not to train the external and the internal oblique at the bottom, but also the serratus anterior as well. So some people consider this what they call the big punch muscle, but it also helps in twisting, and it helps in big twists too, which a lot of boxers like to have, or they need to have in general to you know, create that kind of power and everything, because everything comes from the core when it comes to boxing and stuff like that too. So it's not just from the arms, but again guys, the serratus anterior is also part of being able to twist your body. So a great addition to training the transverse abdominis and the obliques at the same time are doing planks, but doing them in a circuit form. So what I usually do is I'll do the circuit form and I'll try and do about 30 seconds to 1 minute on each side. Sometimes I'll do less, sometimes I'll do more. But again, guys, we're working on keeping that waistline tight. We're making sure that the posture is good, and we're just, you know, continuously trying to condition the obliques and getting your lower back stronger as well. So I would give this circuit a shot. You guys can start off with doing just a general center plank form, but I want you guys to work up on doing the circuit, and then let me know how you guys feel and think about it. So the second form of planks I enjoy doing every now and then is the back planks, and how you know you're going to be doing these right is you guys are going to need to make sure that your core is as tight as possible and you're squeezing your butt cheeks. So in this position, you're most likely going to feel everything in your lower back, and your legs are probably going to start shaking. So when you guys feel that, you're going to know that this is right. And I want you guys to at least aim to hold this for about 1 minute and include these at the end of each circuit training of your planks if you guys decide to do the circuit. And if you guys decide to do the standard plank form just in the center, I still want you guys to include these back planks in too. Garbear Fitness checking out, guys. Stay shredded. All my social media is going to be in the description box below. Go check out garbearfitness.com and make sure you hit that subscribe and like and share button. Any comments, questions, concerns, leave them in the description, the comment box below, or comment on my social media pages at Watson Alexander at Garbear Fitness on Instagram. Alright guys, so this is my friend Mercy. She works here at Iron Religion Gym. She's getting ready to go to Georgia for a couple months, so I want her to talk a little bit about her fitness journey and where she's been, where she sees herself now, and maybe the next couple months. So go ahead and tell your story.
Well, hi guys, I'm Mercy, as he said. 3 years ago, I used to be 210 pounds, and you couldn't tell me that fitness, being healthy, you know, working out and finding peace in the gym would be a part of my everyday lifestyle. So I want to take that and just bring it to you guys, let you know, never give up on what you see as impossible or what you cannot see for yourself. Because if it's your dream and if it's your goal and you put in the work behind it, no matter what it is, you'll accomplish something that's meant for you. So, some of my goals, eventually I do want to compete. Right now I'm just trying to figure more out, about who I am, my body, how my body works, reacts to certain things, and just trying to work on my physique, which also translates to life, fixing things. When I hit a PR in here, that just inspires me to do something in life that I might be apprehensive about, or, a new opportunity that I'm kind of like, I don't know. So, yeah. Oh my, yeah. And if you have an Instagram, you can follow me at God Mercy. I post training workout. I post videos in there about the gym. And yeah, fun stuff. And I'll see you guys next time.